What up, guys? This is Cubs here. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna be reviewing the Amcrest 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 webcam. We're gonna be doing this as a one-shot run, so I'm actually gonna do it properly this time since I was screwing around too much last time. You guys should be able to hear me. Actually, let me just mute this because I don't know what it's doing. Doing this. There. You guys should only see the audio from the microphone. And see, I always do this. Okay, but yeah, okay. So you guys should be hearing my melodic voice perfectly. And there are two slightly different views just because I moved my primary webcam up higher next to the ring light. It doesn't really affect the review at all. It's just on your guys' end, it's going to look slightly different. Let me move this up to number 1. And so this is the video from the Amcrest webcam. The Amcrest comes with wide angle and it has a built-in microphone along with a privacy cover. I'm not going to show you photos of it. You can just Google it. There's lots of them. But doing the review because they wanted my opinion on it, and in all honesty, for the price point, it's about $45, $50. This is not a bad webcam for a beginner. If you're just starting to stream, you have a microphone already, then this is a great price point. As you can see, the video, for the most part, is pretty clear. The color on it, I believe, comes through a little bit better than on the Logitech C920, which everybody uses. Everybody uses that camera, and I'm kind of comparing the two because those are the two that I think are the best. Right around the same price point. Actually, the Logitech is a little bit more expensive, but quality-wise, they're pretty comparable. The Logitech has its pros and cons as well, but the Amcrest, since this is the one that I'm reviewing, I wanted to touch some points on this. So what you guys may not see is that if you look in the top like corners over in these areas and like areas where it's like a flat color, there's low light there. Although it's picking up lots of definition and everything, on my end I can clearly see there's little artifacts. It's like it's fuzzy. It's like taking a photo on your iPhone or whatever with no flash, and the picture might come out and you might be able to see the object, but it's like grainy almost. It's not horribly bad. It's actually a fairly clear photo, and the reason why my focus keeps coming down here is because I'm looking at the actual video as I do this. Here, this might be a little bit. So the picture itself isn't bad. The color on it, I like the color. It works really well. What I do enjoy about this webcam is that it is literally plug and play. There's no apps for you to download, which means if you're streaming and you don't have the resources to support another app running in the background to control your camera, that is going to take away from those resources while you're playing video games. This runs off of Streamlabs or OBS or any of those automatically. It just uses the built-in guides and settings that are built into those apps without needing the additional one running in the background. Like the Logitech, it has options to control. It has options to control while you are using the camera. So like I can go into the settings and adjust like the movement, the colors, and all of that good stuff. But this Amcrest runs basically just off of what you have. I am streaming right now, and I do have people in chat, so if I respond back, I'm responding to them, so just a heads up on that. How's it going, Ben? Ruben? I always do that every time. So right now it says I'm dropping frames, and that's probably my system and not the camera. The camera on my end is running very smoothly. At this size, everything looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the size as if I was streaming. You'll notice it tries to stay sharp, but you'll start getting artifacts along the shoulder. You'll start seeing like it's almost as if it's pixelated, and just kind of a general outline of the whole body. You'll see that it's not as straight. So that's because the low light, and when you're condensing the photo and everything, it's straining a little, but it's not a big deal. It's negotiable. Again, at the price point of around $45-50, it's not a bad camera to start off with. What I'd like to see the most is if Amcrest could continue with this model, but maybe increase the low light sensor, as well as get rid of the microphone. If you got rid of the microphone, that'd give you some more space to increase the lens or increase the light sensor, so it would run a little bit smoother. So I'm going to give you a comparison now. You guys saw that video. Now let me move over to the Logitech. So first off, I don't know why it's slightly blurry. If I can show you something. So you'll notice in the top corner over here, I have a little figure. All right, let me bring the mic closer. So I have a little figurine right here in the top. It's going to be right hand corner for you guys. The aspect ratio of the video, I'm sure I could go in and make them more similar, but it's fine for the time being. So you notice that there's a little statue. You can't really make out who it is. And then on the Amcrest, you'll see there's a little more detail. You can see that maybe it's a person, they're holding a purse. So all in all, like the video itself, like the quality of the video is not bad, and if you compare it to the Logitech is bugging me that it's all let me fix this. That's my streaming, what I normally have for streaming. Let's zoom out. Oh, wrong way. Let's zoom out. I'm gonna do autofocus. And it's still not working. Anyways. Auto everything on here. You'll notice for this video in the corner that there's a little bit more detail. It's not purely because it's slightly out of focus. For whatever reason, it's pissing me off. But it's also because of both cameras claim to be 1080p or being able to stream at 1080p. The Logitech C920 is an older camera. It's like 11 years old now, I think. Actually, Yeah, I think it's close to 11 years old, but it is an older camera and it's gone through a lot. But the low light on this is a lot better. Right now, there's no light on my face, and when I add the light, it just picks up more clear. You don't have a lot of the artifacts. You don't have the graininess in the edges, like in the top corners. But it also doesn't focus, and it doesn't have that long range focus as much as the Amcrest. So with lights on, you have a few artifacts, and I think both cameras really do, but you still have a little bit of graininess in the edges, like here in the blue and over here in the blue. But all in all, the video quality isn't bad, and again, for the price point, you could spend $20-$30 more for the Logitech, and really the Amcrest is just as good, if not better, for the price point. You're gaming, and almost everybody on Twitch that's gaming, even if you're new, you have an external microphone, either be it something like this or a headset with a microphone that you're using instead. So again, get rid of the microphone and use that budget or use that space to increase the low light sensitivity, and the angle is fine on it. Maybe have some external program to run that you can adjust or use to adjust. Even if it's just small, it's just going to open up a little bit more options. All in all, I'm not going to say anything horrible or like do not buy this or you have to go out and buy it. For the price point, if you're a beginner, this is absolutely acceptable. We'd like to get rid of the microphone, have the low light sensitivity brought back up, and maybe a little program to run it. Plug and play is awesome, but you know, me being able to go in and adjust it, fine tune it a little bit more is always a better option than trying to depend on a third-party system to adjust it for me. All right, that's it, guys. Just a little quickie today. I know it's kind of random and out of the blue, but I was provided the camera to do an honest review, and that's what I'm doing. I've sat on it for a little bit, and I've used it and checked it out, and that's what I thought. Or these are my thoughts. But everybody that's in the chat today, thanks for hanging out. And Ruben, thanks for stopping by. I will see you guys later on in a real video game. So I hope everybody has a great day and happy Wednesday.